cuties. I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Rest, Days of Our Lives edition. Today is Thursday, August 18th, 2022. On a scale of 1 to 10, honestly, I'm going to have to give it a 6. I don't know. Days is usually always solid for me, but this one is a little slow for me today. Okay. We see Sloan and Leo, and she tells Leo, would you stop talking? Why would you tell them that you had solid evidence, bombshell evidence that would prove you're innocent when you don't have it? And he says, oh, I have it. So she says, well, okay, let's try to see if we can get you an immunity deal. So then Rafe comes in, and yeah, he and Sloan have history. So the spoilers say that, it's she's supposed to shake things up for his relationship and everything. So we gonna see, child. But anyways, she tells him that she wants immunity for Leo. He says, I'm not promising you that. I said, well, really, you should be talking to the DA, not Rafe now. But well, okay. Okay, for the sake of the storyline, I'm gonna go with this. And so then he tells Leo, either you give it up and then we can see what we can do for you. Otherwise, I got nothing for you. So Leo decides, okay, I'm just going to tell. And so he tells about the evidence, and Sloan said if the evidence, Rafe says, I'm going to take Sloan to get the evidence with me. And they find it. They find exactly what they were looking for. All right. So then we see Ava and EJ. And EJ coming through half dressed or whatever. And I said, are you trying to entice Ava? Like, you heard your son get and Ava saw each other, and now what are you doing, sir? And he said, no, I was just playing. I was just playing a pool. I was just fencing, and so I just came through. And Ava was like, oh well, okay. And it wasn't really nothing much there. He just once again proving that he's EJ. All right, so then we move on to Ava and Gwen. And so Gwen comes, and Ava's like, well, just let yourself in then. And so she talking or whatever about, Leo is the one who is arrested for Abigail. And Ava said, no, girl, Leo didn't do that. and Gwen is just like, well, he's been arrested. And she said, you're happy about that, Gwen, because you're happy about that, Gwen. And she was like, no, Leo's my friend. She said, well, I would think you'll be happy because it takes the eye off of you having been the person that had me bust you out of prison that night or whatever. And she was like, whatever. So then we see Gwen, Ava, and EJ. And he overhears them saying this. So then Gwen, she leaves. She ends up leaving or whatever, making an excuse so she can go. So that leaves EJ and Ava to talk. And he tells her, I heard what you said. Now tell me what it's going to be worth for you to keep me quiet. And Ava said, oh, EJ, snitches get stitches. I said, what? Ava. But I don't think he gonna get anything out of Ava because she harder than break than that, EJ. But we're gonna see. And then we see Steve has went to the house, and it's Stephanie there. And so, okay, I'm not gonna hold you long. She's telling him about he tells her about Orpheus or whatever, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, the man my big strong Papa Bear would take care of it." He said, "I tried to, but your Mama Bear won't let me." And she said, "I didn't mean kill him." But anyway, she says, "I'm here because I'm working. Somebody wants to work with my firm or whatever, but they won't give me any information, so I'm gonna meet them tonight." And he said, "Girl, that is Orpheus." And she says, "No, it is not." I said, "Well, I mean, you don't like Steve. Go with the girl." So then we see Kayla and Chad are talking, and she just tells him, "You need counseling. You need counseling. Jennifer is worried about you. I'm prescribing you something for." But she does tell him, It's not the same. But when Steve left me, when Steve was gone, I thought he was dead. That was horrible. But he did come back to me. He was like, "It's not the same because he came back to me." I said, "Well, I mean, he came back to her, but it's the same as far as her knowing what you're going through when she thought he was gone." I don't know, child. But anyways, she just tells him, go get some help so you could be there for your children, because he says he doesn't want to let go of the pain and the hurt, because if he did, he would be letting go of Abigail. So then Steve surprises Kayla with Stephanie, and she's so happy. And then Stephanie goes over and gives her condolences to Chad and everything. And while she's doing that, Kayla's like, Steve, I'm so happy to have her home. And he was like, what? She was like, what is that look about? And he says, I'll tell you at lunch. Then y'all, we see Xander and Sarah. So Xander is like, let's go bust her now, whatever. Let's go over there and plant something in Ava's room. And Sarah's like, sir, we cannot do that. How about we do this? How about we go to the police? I said, oh my gosh, thank you. Finally, somebody says something that's intelligent, because on all these different shows, the civilians just swear they can know the case, and they're gonna shut everything down. They swear it. So it was nice to see somebody say, why would we do the smart thing and just get the police involved? And so they're like, okay, let's do that then. But no need, because they confront Gwen. She was in that walking area. She just coming out of Sweet Bits, getting her some coffee and a snack. And Xander and Sarah confront her, and they're like, "We know you did it, Gwen. We know you were the one who was in the house that night. Lucas said he saw me, but he saw you in my mask or whatever." And she said, "What are you talking about? I'm completely innocent." And they said, "Girl, no, you're not. We know you were the one who did it, and you had Ava's help. We know you weren't in prison." And she was like, "I was locked away. I couldn't have gotten out." And they was like, "Oh, please, you could have got it out if you wanted to." And we know you wore the mask. And then here comes Rafe. "Oh, this mask?" I said, "Rafe, you have done no detective work. Not a thing of detective work, sir. Everybody else has solved this case pretty much for you, and then you come in at the end like you doing something. This mask?" Said, "Go sit down somewhere." But I am looking forward to the whole Rafe and Sloan thing. And I want to see how this all turns out with Leo and Ava and Gwen. Somebody killed Abigail. We know that much. And I just want to know who. And oh, that's another thing, Caleb, because um Chad is mad at Jack, and she said, "Can't you understand why Jack wouldn't want to think that Gwen killed his daughter? Like, he doesn't want to think he has two daughters and one killed the other one." And he was like, "Yeah, I guess." But anyways, guys, that was Days of Our Lives today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you tomorrow for the final episode of the week. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.